Good morning, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel of Astrologer Anil Aggarwala. Today we will be talking about Prashna Jyotish, and about the missing persons. Prashna Jyotish works extremely well for especially people, the whereabouts when the person is missing and the whereabouts for the whereabouts of the missing person, it works extremely well. So one of the queries were raised by a army jawan from Jammu and Kashmir. He had a talk with his wife on the 4th of March. I have the permission to, share this article. And on the 4th of March, 15:26 hours, he was talking to his wife, and he told him that he will be coming on the 7th of March. And they were talking about some family things, and then, you know, this man comes on the 7th of March to his house, and he finds a lock at his house, and he finds his husband, his wife and children missing. So, and he finds a note there that they have left and they may not come back. So this man immediately went to the Google, he searched, and my name came, and he immediately called me up. So I asked him what was the last contact with his wife and children. What was the last time? He said he had got a telephone call on the 4th of March at 15:26 hours. So you see, in astrology, and especially in Prashna Jyotish, whatever reference you get is very important. The last time when his wife had a talk with him, that is most important. It shows what will be in her mind at the time, what she wanted to convey, what was there in her mind. So let me read it out. Prashna Jyotish is most helpful, especially in the case of the missing persons and their whereabouts. One such case which has given amazing results, although all the cases are amazing, but this case is really amazing because his wife and children were missing, and he could trace. I had given him some, clues, and I told him that you follow the clues and you can find them because your wife and children may not come of their own, and because the combinations for returning are very poor, so but they are alive and they will be at such a place. So if you go and search them, you may be able to find them. So, as I told you, this army jawan talks to his family, and then he finds them missing. Using this last contact of the 4th March 15:26 hour, Jammu and Kashmir, since the querist had the last talk on phone, I had given the following predictions. I made this chart. You can see, I will give a link, and you can see this chart is of Cancer Lagna, the Prishtode sign rising, and the Prishtode planet Saturn aspecting it. So makes it poor for the return. And the 7th house is also in a Kartri Yoga. When the 7th house is in a Kartri Yoga, two planets in the 6th house, two planets in the 8th house, then, and the 7th house is the place is the road map. When a person goes on or travel, when he goes out, so and it is in a Kartri Yoga, so there is a Bandhan Yoga. I could also find the Bandhan Saham. The Bandhan Saham is Taurus, and the Lord is Venus. It is placed in the 10th house. And the other thing is, when a benefic is placed in the 10th house, the person who has gone does not return. And the other thing is, the Lagna is movable, the Navamsh Lagna is movable. So the person who has to go on travel will go on travel. The person who has to come back from travel will come back from travel. Now we have to see what are the planetary combinations which suggest that she will come back or not. When the moon or the Lagna Lord is placed in the 12th house, when it is connected to the 12th house and is not afflicted in its own sign or exaltation sign or aspected by benefic, then the person has gone of its own. But here it is in Rahu Ketu axis and it is aspected by Jupiter, the 6th lord. It clearly shows that she has been enticed to leave. And the Jupiter is the 9th lord, the Guru, and it is placed in the 6th house and in Rahu Ketu axis. So a Rahu Ketu axis is a Guru Chandal Yoga. So you can make it, things are very clear that what sort of a guru would be there. The gurus in Jammu and Kashmir, we all know what sort of conversion is going on from Hindu to Muslim, or whatever it is. I don't want to elaborate it, but yes, the guru is, it is forming the Jupiter is forming a Guru Chandal Yoga, and the guru is also of that kind. So it is clearly showing that she was enticed to leave the house, and then you see that if we I use the time of question, and according to the time of question, it is the Prashna triangle, and Prashna triangle says 1526, and the number which comes out of this is 4, and 4 is Harshal, and Harshal drama is that the querist wife leaves, elopes him, she leaves the husband, and that is what the Harshal drama is. And I could see from the time itself. Then, as per the 28th nakshatras, the nakshatra is Madhya, it is Ardra, it is Madhya 6th nakshatra, it is Madhya. So after a lot of efforts, only after 64 days he will be able to know some whereabouts of the missing family. The movable lagna, as I've talked, and the movable Navamsha, Cancer is movable lagna, and Libra Navamsha. Movable, as usual, shows the situation will change, and a person who has gone for travel will proceed for journey, and the person who has to come back will come back from journey. So the Prishtodaya sign rising and the Prishtodaya planet Saturn aspecting, it delays the return of the missing person. Malefic Saturn in the 7th house indicates that the missing person may be facing difficulties on the way. Right? The moon is in the 12th house with Rahu, and also the Lagna Lord in Rahu Nakshatra, and the Lagna is in Pushya Nakshatra, and Pushya Nakshatra Lord is Saturn, is aspects the Lagna, are malefic combinations for the missing person to return early. The 7th Lord Saturn Karesh in the Nakshatra of Sun, and Sun is placed in the 8th house, not good for early return, and it is in a fixed sign. Now, but as far as the timing, this Sun is very important for the timing of the Prashna. When can the missing person come back? We will be discussing that also. Whether the missing person has gone of its own or kidnapped. The Lagna Lord and the Moon are in Rahu Ketu axis, and influence of Jupiter, the 6th Lord, and the Moon with Rahu in the 12th house and afflicted. The family has been induced to leave. Moon is influenced by Jupiter, the 6th and the 9th Lord with Ketu. Jupiter is with Ketu, crystal clear, a Dharma Guru who brainwashes the women and forces them to change the religion. The 7th house is in Shubhkatri Yoga, hence it is difficult for the family to come to of their own. The classical Bandhan Yoga, if you have to calculate the Punya Sahem, and then after Punya Sahem you find out the Bandhan Yoga. The Bandhan Yoga Sahem is coming in Taurus. The Lord is Venus. It is placed in the 10th house. It is not afflicted, but it is aspected by the 6th Lord Jupiter. So it clearly shows that there is a Bandhan Yoga. She has been induced and she is under a Bandhan. A Bandhan created in the mind, Bandhan created physically. So Bandhan Yoga calculated as Taurus sign, as I've just explained. Then there is a malefic influence on the Lagna and the Lagna Lord also, because Mars is placed with Jupiter and Ketu in the 6th house, and Mars is aspecting the Lagna. Closest Tajik, you have to see the closest Tajik aspect. There is closest Tajik aspect of Venus and Mercury, and they are both at 5 degrees. So Mercury becomes very important, and Mercury is placed in the 8th house with Sun. So for the timing, we will have to see all this. Now, we have seen the closest Tajik aspect of Venus and Mercury. Venus is the 11th Lord and Mercury is the 12th Lord. So the person is trying to exploit the women by spiritual, heal and a malefic way. So the Lord of Bandhan, as we have already talked, is Venus. And then see what is happening. the what is important in the for the timing, the moon nakshatra and the Karesh nakshatra. Moon is also the Lagna lord. So the moon nakshatra is Rahu, and the Karesh nakshatra, the seventh lord nakshatra, is Sun. Until unless they meet, she may not come back. And fortunately and unfortunately, he was because the seventh lord, the Karesh, is very strong. So the direction is west, because Saturn goes the west direction, and the person has gone in the west direction, and the sign is Capricorn. So what is Capricorn sign? The habitats of Capricorn sign are lake, near water, near tribal places, where tribal places and holy place where the tourists, it may be a tourist spot, and this guru may be residing somewhere there in a cave or a place, and he may be enticing the women and the men, but more in case, because women can be easily trapped. So he may be enticing the women. So direction, as I've already said, and the place I've already mentioned. The habitats of the Capricorn sign, the signification of the sign where the Karesh is placed is most important, and hence Capricorn sign. This signification are places of pilgrimage, near lake, island, seashore, tribal houses, artisans' colony, areas full of water. In Jammu and Kashmir, you have plenty of such places. So I told him to go in the west direction and keep on finding. But I told him you may not be able to find till 64 days, but you will have to make a lot of efforts. And he made a lot of efforts, and he finally found them with a Dharam Guru, and he brought them back. And he immediately called me. He called me only yesterday, and I asked him whether I can put this article on my website. He said, "Sir, you are most welcome. You can put it." He says, "I never had so much confidence in Jyotish, but I can now say he left his job, and he was so much perturbed because his family was missing. He was very much attached to them. So he has now left his job. He may be doing something else, but now he's looking after the family because he was very much depressed." And he called me and he said, "How should I psychologically treat them?" So I told him to take his wife and children to a psychiatrist, so that they also get out of all that uh, you know uh, all that trauma and all that what has been created in their mind. So friends, this is what I just wanted to share. And the timing is just fantastic, because the Lagna nakshatra, the moon nakshatra, the Lagna lord nakshatra, the moon nakshatra, and the Karesh nakshatra are very important. So when they meet, the timing takes place. So sun has ingressed in the sign Gemini, where moon was placed and where Rahu was placed. So because moon is in the nakshatra of Rahu, so and the seventh lord Saturn is in the nakshatra of Uttarashada, so sun and Rahu have to meet so that the missing family returns. So just on the 15th of January, when sun just ingressed in the sign Gemini, they returned back. So he called me up and told me that whatever predictions you had made are just spot on, and there was only a difference of distance, because the distance calculated the degrees were 12, and I told him it could be in the multiple of, because it is in the nakshatra of Saturn, the Lagna is in the nakshatra of Saturn, and the Lagna degrees is only 12. So normally, according to Prashna, the when the Navamsha is less than 5, then we say within 9 kilometers. So it is just possible he has not found out that within 9 kilometers, because his wife would be visiting him. So it is not possible for him to go, for his wife to travel 200 kilometers or more before. So it is possible that this Dharam Guru may be having some doubt, or maybe having some of his other people who are also involved in all this, who's at within 9 kilometers from the place she has left. He has yet to confirm this, but this is what he told me. So friends, it is most amazing that Prashna Jyotish can solve the problem, especially for the missing persons. In one more case, a lady had called me up, and her father, 96-year-old father, who had disease of forgetting, and his memory did not work. So he had left the house. So I said there are no combinations, but there is only one combination, that moon is in the eighth house, and it is possible that when moon goes in the ninth house, some traces, some information, you may get the information for your father, and he may return back. So, and I told her, because of the combinations, that please look for some CCTV footage, so that you can locate where he has gone. And the police spotted him and brought him back the next day. So Prashna Jyotish is really amazing. Friends, you talk about anything and Prashna Jyotish works amazingly well. And in this, why I put it in this, my website, is just to tell people that in case there is any missing person, problem of any missing person, they should call me up. I would definitely help them find the missing person. So friends, thank you for listening to me, and uh, all the best. Today is tomorrow is solar eclipse. Let us see everything is okay, and take care of the sutak. Don't do anything during the sutak time after 9:56 hours to tomorrow 1:49 hours. So friends, with this I will take leave and wish you all the best, and bye bye.